New Year's Eve 2020, I built this thing here. This little marvel of engineering, the Babytooth. Wow, if we only knew then what we know now, huh, and how different things would be. But, you know, life's getting back to normal. It'll be good here in a while. Hang in there, everybody. So the reason why I call this thing a marvel of engineering is, you know, it's all built to Bob's specs. His PIDs, Betaflight 357. It just flies way better than it should. I haven't flown this thing probably since I built it, just because of weather and, you know, the winter time. And then I got the Tango too. They make SPI boards now that you can hook a CROSSFIRE receiver up to. I was hoping, or I'm hoping that, you know, they're kind of developing something like that. I'm not sure, but I had to, you know, dig out the old Tyrannus here, and just using that, man, is just a total different, going back to it. It's like an old friend that you don't want to see anymore, but you know, when you see him, you kind of enjoy talking to him. It feels good in the hand, but man, this thing is just so heavy. Definitely glad I went with Tango 2. So yeah, this old thing is built to Bob's spec, 601S LiPo on there. His PIDs, a little bit my rates. I have pretty good luck with the SPI receiver that's in here as far as range goes. The Nameless VTX and what was that, the RUNCAM Nano 3. I didn't do any direct soldering. I just used the plugs and everything like that to make life easier, so that way I can have just fun with this thing. But I've just flown about 3 or 4 packs out here in the yard, and I'm gonna fly another one here, and I don't know, just kind of voice over how things are going. So we'll try to sync up the cameras here right now. So RUNCAM Nano 3, you know, definitely isn't used to what I'm used to now when it comes to the Phoenixes and everything like that, but it doesn't matter. It still does a pretty good job for what it is. So there's a slight breeze out here today, but this thing just is crazy just how locked on it flies. I mean, it is literally just like point and shoot. So I'm gonna try to keep talking and flying here, which you know, kind of gets kind of confusing. Just buzzing through these trees, through all this stuff that I cut down recently. Working on throttle control with the Tyrannus sticks. We can go over here to the back side of the house, and you can see the RSSI dropping. I usually would get a warning sometimes I don't. I tend to have a lot more luck flying it back here than I do out front and flying around the back of the house. Plus the video is just better and everything like that. But man, you know, this thing is just crazy as far as what you can do. Try to do a power loop there. We can get that. Well, couldn't power loop through it. Maybe need some more speed here. Oh! That's not the way we wanted that to go. And that's about as much fun as you can have with 60 grams. Everything works perfect on it. I have a couple extra arms, and I might have an extra kit. I don't know, I might have bought just an extra frame kit. And I've got an extra motor in case anything happens with it. No extra boards or nothing like that. Waiting on, like I said, it'd be nice to have a CROSSFIRE board on here. And then I don't know where in the heck you would put the antenna or the CROSSFIRE itself. Probably I would just stick the CROSSFIRE on the bottom like I've done with a lot of my other stuff, and just kind of build up foam tape around it. Couple layers of foam tape or sticky pad grip or something like that, and then just stick the battery over top of it there on the bottom. That's what I've done with my GTB 339s, and then you can run the Immortal T Mini out here onto the arm. So try to get some separation so that way you don't get crossfire noise, because you know, you'll get these thick scrolling lines that come through your video feed, and I'm not really 100% sure if it's a crossfire receiver going bad or if it's just too close, because sometimes you can have everything right next to each other and get absolutely no interference, but then sometimes you get a setup where you have to really get the receiver and the antenna kind of in the right place on your quad, so you don't get any of that noise at all. It makes no sense, like some things in this hobby. Anyway guys, that's gonna do it. I'm gonna fly a couple more packs through this. We'll talk to you later.